Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Or else should I say TikTok time to rock? Hey. Or else maybe should I go with hey. In this video, we are going to be covering a few more comments, but this time not in Facebook. It will be what happened in YouTube. In this particular video, Dr. D. Wood, also known as the Dizzle, and also Robert Spencer, I don't know if he has that of a doctorate or not, but he has written several books about Islam. And I'm hoping to start buying a few of his books soon. But in this video, they talk about, and I don't want to say her name wrong, how she have introduced a bill in the House of Rep to then basically stop a Islamophobia. And they go through how it all goes down. If at all you haven't seen this video yet, I would suggest you watch it. You can type all this in and watch it. But in the comment section, I sent a message to my Congress and to my senators about this, and I hope everyone else does the same thing. And I hope you do the same thing, because this bill needs to stop. For the simple reason is that we already have freedom of religion. Although technically Islam is not a religion, it is a political system. Technically. But this bill needs to be stopped for a second reason, and that is because we also have freedom of speech. See, her version of Islamophobia is any speech that goes against Islam. Any speech. I can say the simple words that I will not join Islam, and boom, that is Islamophobia. By the way, the bill is currently vaguely worded any speech can be viewed as Islamophobia, but what David Wood, Robert Spencer, Rob Christian, Christian Prince, and others do is not what, by true definition of Islamophobia, is. Ophobia, which is the second half of the word, is the fear of. Okay? We are attacking it head on. And the biggest thing is that we are using their own holy books against them. We are not coming up with any lies to do it. We are using their own holy books against them. Quran, chapter 9, verse 5, verse 29. I think verse 75, somewhere in that area, and verse 111, all says the same thing: kill the infidels. And they call that Islamophobia. And yet their own Quran says it. How can that be Islamophobia when your own holy book says kill the infidels? It doesn't make sense. So, let's see what the replies are. Most of them are good, okay? There's one I am going to get to that I think you are going to find hilarious. One says excellent. One says, did you mention the bill is unconstitutional, illegally? It demands the state support a religion. And I said, not in those words, but, well, not in those exact words, but yes. And you should also file a complaint with yours as well. So, but yes, I did, because I did point out that we already have freedom of religion. Okay, someone else said they will do nothing. It is possible, but within my statement, I said that I am a taxpayer and I am a registered voter. I don't know if they are going to do anything, but I made my voice heard. And, well, this one I don't know how to actually reply to because this person does not live in America. They will have to figure out what to do over there. Well, what should us Brits do? And, well, and now here comes the one I think you will laugh. Dream on. Resistance is futile. Prepare to be assimilated. Talking like the Borg. After all, if you think about it, isn't that what it is all about? Looking and dressing and all that other stuff like what they did in the 7th century. In if you take a look at the Muslims primarily in Mecca, how do they look? They look like the Muslims back in the 7th century. When a person or family becomes Muslim, what are they required to do? The men are required to grow a beard. The girls are required to wear a hijab. Except in a few countries where it is optional. In most in most Islam controlled countries, if the girls don't wear a hijab, they will be severely punished. Here in America, it is proclaimed, oh, it is an option. Well, yeah, here in America, it might be proclaimed to be an option, but not in an Islamic controlled country. It is not an option. So, with that, here is my reply. With the avalanche of apostasy and holes in the narrative, and many other problems in the narrative and in the Quran, resistance is everything but futile. Romans, oh, come on, come on. Romans 14:11, for it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to God. Instead of dying in an already dying religion, why not come to Christ before it is too late? He is waiting. Because of the avalanche of apostasy, Islam is quickly dying because many Muslims oh, I have to take this. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. That was an important phone call I had to take from from my doctor. So, but anyway, because of the avalanche of apostasy, it was estimated, and that of the numbers I am about to throw out, I don't know if you can get an accurate numbering, which is why I am going to do it the way I am about to. But the numbers used to be anywhere from 1.5 billion to 1.8 billion Muslims, and there are over 300 million Muslims worldwide that has left Islam. Anywhere from 300 million to 500 million Muslims, and maybe even more, because many of these Muslims are in an Islamic controlled country, and so they have to remain hidden for the fear of the death penalty. And so it may even be more. But people are leaving Islam because their imams have been lying to them. The perfect Quran preserved for 14 centuries, not one letter has changed. And yet they are now learning that is no longer the case. They are learning that there are 33 or more now. It is possible that there is even more different Qurans than 33, but the lioness Hatun Tash has at least 33 different Qurans with over 90,000 differences that last checked. Differences between them. Now, some of them are small, but a majority are huge differences. At least 60% of those 90,000 are huge differences. And yes, I am going to agree that some of them are small, minor differences. That does not change the doctrine, but many of those differences does change the doctrine, and I have made videos about a few of those differences. So yes, resistance is everything but futile. Since Islam has so many holes in the narrative, how can someone bring themselves to follow such a faulty system? In several verses, Muhammad, may we laugh at him, confirms the Bible, and then the Muslims today says that the Bible has been corrupted. And I have made a video on this. Okay, fine. If you say the Bible has been corrupted, show us in the Quran where it says the Bible has been corrupted. Oops. They can't do it. That's a problem. Because the Quran confirms the Bible. And if we want to look at those let's see here. Let me open up my find here. I have got my stuff in the PowerPoint. Here is where I show that when the Quran confirms the Bible, they claim that the Bible is corrupted. It's a fact. The Codex Alexandria dates back to 332 AD. That's a fact. Codex Alexandria is the codex in which um, the NASV, the NIV, the ESV, and the many of those Bibles are translated from. That's a fact. Codex Antioch, at which the King James Bible and a few other Bibles is translated from, dates back to the 1st century AD. Now, gee, I wonder why I choose the King James Bible. And Muhammad was born around 570 AD, that they really don't know for sure. I really shouldn't have put on 570. Let me change that. They are not sure, but around 570 AD. So, this is even if we went with this date. That is still over 300 years after this. So, how can Muslims today say that the Bible has been corrupted when this is still before? Both of these are still before Muhammad, and yet he confirms 1827 and recite. Okay? Okay, let's see here. Wow, that's in small print, but here you get the idea. In 297, the Quran confirms the Bible. Let's see if I can make this a little bit larger so that you guys. Oh. Oh boy, what happened? Okay, I am going to have to find it again. Okay, here. And why is this in yellow? Okay. Again, 297. 3. What? And in verse 3. 543. 546. 582. Alright, come on. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, there it is. Okay. So, all of these verses confirming so let's try to take a look at this. Boy, I think I messed up by doing the highlights. Let's see if I can now undo the highlights. Because I can't read what is in the highlights. Yeah. Okay, well, okay, we actually don't have to read those because it is also elsewhere. And we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, the book and truth, confirming that which preceded of it, the scripture as a criterion over it, so judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow the inclinations away from what has come to you of the truth. To each of you we prescribed a law and a method. Had Allah willed, He would have made you one nation, but He intended to tell you in what He has given you. So race to all that is good, to Allah is your return altogether, and He will then inform you concerning that over which you used to defer. Okay? He has sent down upon you, O Muhammad, the book in truth, confirming what has before it, and He revealed the Torah and the Gospel. But how is it that they come to you for judgment while they have the Torah, in which is the judgment of Allah? Uh-oh. Then they turn away even after that, but those are not in fact believers. But how is it that they come to you for... Okay, I think I have... No. For some strange reason, in the same chapter, just a few verses later, it actually repeats itself. So let's go to the next verse. But no, it is that they come to you for judgment, while they have the Torah, in which it is judgment of Allah. So the Torah is judgment of Allah. Then they turn away even that, but those are not in fact believers. And we reveal to you, O Muhammad, the book and truth, confirming which proceedeth of the scripture and the criterion over it. So judge between them by what Allah revealed, and do not follow their indications away from what has come to you of the truth. To each of you we prescribed a law and a test in which, or in what He has given. So raise to you all that is good. To Allah is your return altogether, and He will then inform you concerning that over which you used to defer. 582. Nearest among them in love to the believers, will thou find those who say we are Christians, because amongst these are men devoted to learning? If thou, Muhammad, are in doubt as to what we have revealed, then ask the people of the book. And there is even more. Okay? Showing that Muhammad confirmed the Bible. And yet Muslims today does not believe that the Bible is incorrupted. Well, I shouldn't say it that way, but that the Bible is not confirmed. And when we show them these verses in their own holy book, some of the Muslims are shocked because their imams say the Bible is corrupted. But how can this be? Other Muslims still cling to what their imams say, that the Quran is corrupted. So how can it be corrupted when, historically speaking, Codex Antioch and Codex Alexandria both were at least 300 years before Muhammad was even born? That is a problem. That is a hole in the narrative. There are many other problems that I've got a whole lot of notes on that I'm going to be making other videos about. Here is the one about. Oops. Oh, stop it. "37 Qurans, and it's probably even more. And this is since June 2020. I think it is now up to around 45 that they have found. It was 26, and here are the 26. It's growing. Islam has a problem. Islam began only in the 7th century, whereas Israel and Christianity, because Christianity is a part of Israel, began centuries before. Judaism was once exclusive, but now it is inclusive, and it's now called Christianity. Isn't it time to leave that cult and come to the one true Lord and the one that can truly save? The path to true salvation is narrow. Thank you and have a great day.